Welcome back to some more Tatarigoroshi. So where we last left off, we some acceptance of a cooking challenge occurred, and well, yeah, we're off to a good start. So let's continue reading. That entire day, up until school was over, the whole time, my meal tonight and my bento tomorrow were the only things on my mind. Oh boy, this is a lot of complicated things. And now that I've thought about it, by the way, I kind of boosted the mic up a bit, and when I adjusted around the sound, so kind of moved the mic away from it. So I don't know how it'll go. So I might have to double check the video later. Now that I thought about it, made mom seem amazing for planning 3 meals every day of the year. I've complained before about having the same meal in a row once in a while, but now I know how rude that was. No kidding. More importantly, what am I gonna do about the punishment game tomorrow? You just have to bear with it, just like you did last time. And besides that, well, I remember that one punishment game on the chapter 1. Oh boy. It didn't feel too pretty. Punishment game tomorrow. And besides that, what am I gonna eat tonight? Boo-hoo. Keiichi-kun? Keiichi-kun? Huh? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about stuff. About what to make tonight? Or about the bento showdown tomorrow? She hit the mark, and I couldn't find anything to say. She hit the nail right on the head. Anything to say. And my facial expression made obvious the fact that she hit the mark. She was like, ugh. Oh, I don't even know what to do. For tomorrow's showdown, I think that if you do your best to make a bento, you'll be fine. There's nothing superior to a bento you really tried really hard to make all by yourself. Tomorrow's showdown is one thing, but what about dinner tonight? I might silently get food poisoning. Oh boy. Oh freaking boy. I couldn't make any more bluffs. I exaggeratedly drooped my shoulders and heaved a sigh from the bottom of my gut. Reina laughed in a shrill way when she saw me do that. Keiichi-kun, you don't have any confidence in your cooking at all, do you? So I've been found out. If it looks like you can't do it no matter how hard you try, you can always give Reina a call. Really? But only if you try really hard first, okay? You can't rely on others without first struggling yourself. That makes sense. Reina seemed naive, but sometimes she was instructive. She didn't just spoil people unconditionally. Reina always seemed like an adult at these moments. Huh, reminds me, I wonder if Micah Discord, does this shit. Cause, whatchamacallit? Yeah, my Discord. Sometimes my Discord usually doesn't show what game I'm playing. It's kind of weird. If I absolutely can't do it, I'll call you. Though the chances are extremely high. Go for it, yay! Oh my gosh. After all these moments, you are grandstanding so much to Satoko-chan that you have to try your best. Hey, about Satoko, how good is she at cooking? She's at least better than you. That was so direct. It hit me pretty hard. It hit me so hard that I'm pretty heartbroken. You were making fun of her a lot too. Maybe you should have to struggle just a little, huh? Giggle. Reina, you're pretty mean. Reina isn't all cute. All cute. Oh, good old Reina. Now that I provoked Satoko that much, I couldn't just make some crummy bento. I can't believe how loose-lipped I am. Okay, bye. Good luck. On the cooking. Show everyone that you can do it if you really try. Yeah. I waved my hand absently in response. Well then, leaving me with words of encouragement and a few pieces of super beginner advice, Reina disappeared past the trees. Aw. Well, ain't that something. Well, that marks that. Well, what the heck? What's happening here? Oh. That kind of scared me a bit right there. Like, I was like, yo, why is it turning dark? I was like, well, is there something bad gonna happen? I was like, oh, wait. It's going nighttime. That always happened to me every time. Like, the moment I play a Higurashi game. Blindly, of course. But yeah, chapter 2. Like, I was... Oh, man. Fine, I'm desperate. So what? I might not know the ABCs of navigation, and I have neither a sea chart nor a compass. But still, one idiot is taking on the ocean of the great cooking age alone. Oh my god. And his name is Keiichi Maibara. Oh boy. Oh my god. I never seen this background of a kitchen before. Let's go. Time to cook. My enthusiasm is peerless. If energy and recklessness was all it took, I could take over the world and the freaking... Oh my god, it shook. However, there are plenty of things in the world that can't be achieved with resolution alone. And cooking was probably the top contender. Therefore, even if it was hastily prepared knowledge, I wanted something to help me. I made up my mind and fished through the kitchen cabinets. I was on the hunt for a cookbook. My mom should have had a few of them. Oh, good old cookbooks. Fucking Google it. Fucking Google that shit online and like fucking go to Food Network or Betty Crocker or some shit. Or myrecipes.com. Or I forgot. There's some list of websites I usually tend to forget. Like legit basic ones. I feel them for a complete amateur like me. The first thing I needed was information. Just like you would cross the oceans, needed a compass. For me, a cookbook was absolutely indispensable. Oh, here's one. Its worn out, wrinkled cover made it feel somehow reliable. Okay, as long as I've got this. Well, it's easier to give it a shot than think about it, right? Anyone can cut the tastes of a gourmet chef as long as they have a cookbook. Man, you better just turn your goddamn TV on and put on Food Network if you're gonna do that shit. Freaking amateur. Cookbooks are great. And as such optimistic thoughts fill my chest, I flip through the pages. You know what? Speaking of Food Network, you know what? I missed the good old shows back in the day when I was a kid. Fucking, Good Eats. Or Unwrapped. Whatever the shows are. Fill my chest. I flip through the pages. You know what? I don't know. Most of my friends online were keep talking about Hell's Kitchen and all that shit. Flip through the pages, however... Yo, why is it turning freaking negative colors? Whoa. It played with technical terminology like toys. I just couldn't see how to actually make things. You knew it all along, Keiichi Maibara. If anyone could make delicious food just by reading a book, then there would be no such job as a gourmet chef in the first place. First off, it calls for 3 teaspoons, but which spoon is that? Oh, for Pete's sake. And he keeps saying to use however much you like. How much exactly are you supposed to use? Stop using such obscure expressions. Strain out the water in a colander. Add salt and pepper to taste? What the heck is a colander? Oh my god, you don't even know what a colander is. A freaking device or whatever that thing is to break the lumps down into powder or whatever that is and strain it out. Like stretching? Oh my gosh. You can't stretch water droplets like meat. Oh my god. And besides, how much salt and pepper is that supposed to be anyway? Unless you put so much pepper that you're gonna end up sneezing your ass off. Aren't there any beginner-friendly guides in here? No. Oh my god. At least I went to home ec class before. It won't do you any good to yell. Cool off, Keiichi Maibara. Think calmly. Calmly. Even the yawning made better. For now, I'll leave the side dish until after. The rice is more important. Have to cook the rice, or I can't start. I know a little about how to cook rice. I didn't cook it with my camping kit when camping all the time for nothing. I'll wash the rice. That should be enough water. And which switch is it? Oh my god, really? Is it this button? Oh, the lamp turned on. Yeah, fully automatic rice cookers are one of the 3 sacred treasures after all. Oh my god, just like pour rice in the freaking pot thing and then put the measuring, fill water to measuring, then, I don't know, set the thing to cook. That's what most of my rice cookers do. Now, pleased by the rice cooker set, I pulled myself together and decided to take on the miso soup next. I don't know what they call 3 secret treasures. The miso soup I made at day camp was all the instant kind after all. No kidding. Well, it would be fine if I just melted the miso into hot water, no doubt. I'll boil the water and put in the miso. Huh? How much should I put in? Let's see here. Use the proper amount according to the number of people and your taste. Enough with the vague expressions. Fine, then I'll put in the proper amount. I crushed a bag of miso in my fist and put half of this content into the pot. Was this really okay? Maybe this was a little too hearty? Nah, it's pretty fine. You don't even know jack shit. They do say miso soup is best when it tastes strong. I don't know about that. Come to think of it, my mom's miso soup is a little thin. Maybe I'll like it better with this much in it. I said it aloud as if trying to convince myself. Then, convinced by my own words, I nodded to myself. Alright, the rice and miso soup are probably fine. Next, the side dish. But what should I make? I don't know. Make kimchi. Something I could make that would add color to the meal. I don't know, pickled radish? That's it. Why don't I stir fry some vegetables? You can eat vegetables raw too, and they won't die just from a little bit of fire. I was so cute then, not realizing that the level of my thoughts had fallen from what would look great in a meal to what would be easy to make. There were quite a few vegetables in the refrigerator. What kind of vegetables go in a stir fry? Really? Bean sprouts? Cabbage? Oh, bean sprouts is perfectly fine. Chives? Onions? Oh yeah, onions work fine. Can you put cucumbers and lettuce in? Why lettuce? And cucumbers okay. Oh, whatever. For now, I grabbed a nearby cutting board, cut them into chunks, and tossed them into a wok. This has gotten pretty exciting. Is the true worth of men's cooking? Hey, this is actually getting kind of fun. All of a sudden, there was a pile of vegetables in the wok. Alright, next is the salad oil. Glug 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 went the salad oil. It'll be more exciting if I filled it to the brim. Whoops, a bit leaked out. Well, no point in worrying about something so minor. The great Keiichi Maibaro's cooking is exciting. Now, okay, let's turn on the heat. Whip. Oh boy. Whoosh. The salad oil filling the wok to the brim caught fire and flames reached up to the sky. Amazing. Maybe I can be an Iron Chef too. Unless Keiichi knows, unless he's familiar with the show, of course. Iron Chef 2. What if I'm really good at cooking with fire? Oh boy. Those words were spoken by delusion. I was saying something outrageously careless, but when the words came out, they sort of convinced me. Yes, I am an Iron Chef with that creepy background. Ow, hot, hot, hot. Right as the crazy pillar of flame started to burn the ceiling, I finally realized that the fabulous cooking before my eyes had culminated into an actually life-threatening disaster. Wait, what? Could I have been doing something insane? The force of the flame grew stronger and stronger. Wait, what? What? What in the world are you doing? You must stop the flames this instant. Kerthwack. Somebody forcefully struck me in the back of the head. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Somebody struck me in the thwack. Somebody forcefully struck me in the back with the head. Oh my god. Keiichi, you fucking moron. You actually have a kitchen fire. For crying out loud. Look at you. You just made those two shocked. When I turned around to see what was going on, to my surprise, I saw Satoko and Rika-chan there. Satoko, Rika-chan. As I stood in wonder at their unexpected entrance, Satoko shoved me out of the way and turned off the gas. Then Rika-chan got a towel, soaked it in water, spread it out, and placed it over the pot. She continued to soak more towels and put a second on, then a third. Once a whole bunch were piled on, the fire finally stopped. All of it had happened in a few moments. Oh boy. Having avoided a huge fire by a hair's breadth, the three of us gasped for air. Wait. Yeah. This is why I don't like house fires, because the moment carbon monoxide kicks in, you will die and killed in the fire. It's fucking painful as shit. I don't even want to think of that. No kid want to see it. No teenager want to. Actually, no. No kid want to hear it. No teenager want to hear it. No grown ass man in their 20s want to hear that shit. Feel me? Wait, what are you doing in my house? You're trespassing on private property. Yes, well, Keiichi-san, you've been caught red-handed in an act of arson. It was just about to turn into a huge building fire, wasn't it? Well, she is right after all. It would be very, very sad if Keiichi was homeless after this. Yeah. Keiichi, you dumb as hell sometimes. What the fuck? And after pretending to be an Iron Chef, I finally began to take in the situation. So that was really about to set the house on fire? Is that not obvious? Just look at it. The ceiling is all sooty, is it not? Chimneys are the only things that should be sooty. Satoko was seriously mad at me. Well, of course she is. She was worried that you were gonna be barbecued. You be part of the walk too, you know. I'm seriously mad. Yeah, maybe they saved my life. Of course they did. According to what they said, I was so absorbed in my fire and cooking that I hadn't noticed when Satoko and Rika-chan rang the doorbell. But they could tell someone was home, so they came in to check. Thank goodness they did. If Satoko and I hadn't come, the fire engines would have been going wee-oo right now. Keiichi-san, oh my gosh, I'd never seen her facial expression before. She's actually like blinking left part of her eye. Keiichi-san, do you understand how serious this was? At some point, I had sat down on my knees as I listened obediently. I'm sorry. You two saved my life. We thought we would come and see what a fabulous dinner you made, but as we thought, it's a mess. At this rate, we won't even need to look at your bento. You're mean. So you and Rika-chan came all this way just to see what I make for dinner? Us being mean saved your house and your life. Is that not something to take to heart? Yes, I'm sorry, Satoko-san. Oh my god. At this point, having shown him such a disaster, I couldn't exactly make any more bluffs. I'd completely surrendered. And yet you tried really hard on the curry. Where did the Keiichi-san from back then go? Jeez. I had all our underclassmen help me then, and just borrowed entire pots from the other teams. I didn't really cook anything. Of course, you can't cook for shit. Well, Satoko did added goddamn salt. Fucking mischievous bastard. Cook anything. Keiichi-san, you cheated? Jeez, you might have been doing what our club usually does. But that was terrible. Pouring salt into the other team's pot seemed far more terrible to me. Exactly. But Satoko was in control right now, so I couldn't respond. I obediently hang my head to her. By the way, Keiji-san, this terrible pot. This wasn't supposed to be miso soup, was it? Satoko stared at the pot, totally full of miso, with an awful expression. Ah, so I really did get the amount wrong. Oh, for fuck's sake. Judging by the look on Satoko's face, whatever was in the pot couldn't be called miso anymore. Okay, so if it's thin, then she obviously made it right that time. Oh my god, what is wrong with you, dude? Don't call it miso anymore. Forget the miso soup. The rice should be cooked just fine. Rice cookers these days are pretty convenient. It should be just about done. Meep, it's not cooked. See, the inside is still all watery. What? But I switched it on and the little light came on. Keiji-san, the button you pushed was the timer button, okay? It's set for breakfast, so it won't turn on until tomorrow morning. God! Oh my fucking god. So then what? In the end, I don't have a side dish or miso soup. Or even rice. I couldn't make anything myself? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh boy, that little smile on your face. It serves you right. So, have you finally realized your place? Come, a minute. Say it. I, Keiji Maibara, am all bark and a much crummier cook than Satoko Hojo-san. Oh boy. Yeah. I'm a terrible person and a crummier cook than Satoko. I beg your forgiveness. You should be. I'm just gonna put like a fucking thumbnail of a fucking bird screaming. Screaming, ah! Fucking hell. I fainted in agony, Jesus. Rika-chan pat my head, satisfied at the sight. And Satoko laughed loudly in triumph. I completely lost. In the end, I talked big, but couldn't make a single dish adequately. Well, whether you brag or not, you still gonna get fucked over in the end. Lesson learned, kids. If you're gonna go bragging, then fuck, you're gonna get fucked over later. Adequately. At this rate, I'll go without dinner. And tomorrow morning, no breakfast and no bento for lunch either. I didn't know how many days it would be before my parents returned, but at this rate, without a doubt, are starved to death. Meep. Of course, I'll have no bento tomorrow either. Meep. Oh my gosh. And I'm sure to get the punishment game tomorrow. Gah. Meep. Jeez. Rika-chan kept on patting my head with a smile on her face that couldn't possibly get any bigger. Satoko, completely appalled at how unsightly I looked, heaved a heavy sigh. Adult men are just so pathetic, aren't they? Come on, please, move yourself out of the way. As I sobbed like a bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't help you. Some freaking crude humor right there. As I sobbed like a girl, Satoko, displeased, brushed me aside, dumped the remains of the miso soup into the sink, tidied, then began to rinse out the pot. Don't worry about it, Satoko. I can at least clean up after my own mess. Well, your mother's gonna be pissed about the freaking fire. After my own mess, I couldn't have Satoko clean up the cooking utensils I made a mess of. But when I tried to stop her, Rika-chan pulled on my clothes. Keiji, you can just be silent and watch. She grinned as she said it. Be quiet and watch. What are you saying, Rika-chan? She meant just what she said. Keiji-san, just be quiet and leave this to me. Satoko turned around and declared, seeming bothered, and as if to say that amateurs should keep their hands off. Her annoyed expression was a little scary. Leave what to you? Satoko didn't answer. Instead, she spun back around and began to rifle through the pots and the refrigerator. Hey, wait, don't mess with them too much. If you turn the place inside out, my mom might get mad at me later. Would you just be quiet already? Men aren't supposed to enter the kitchen. Rika. Aye, aye, sir. Satoko snapped her fingers and Rika-chan got on her tiptoes, grabbed me by the back of my neck, and started dragging me away. Oh my gosh. Leaving Satoko alone in the kitchen, Rika-chan dragged me back into the living room. Hey, stop, Rika-chan. Let me go already. If we leave it to Satoko, the kitchen will be a disaster. Satoko came to see how she beat you today. It's her revenge. Revenge? Come to think of it, her face looked kinda grim. Eventually, from the kitchen, there was the sound of a faucet being twisted and a stove dial being turned. I began to hear the nostalgic sounds that made me envision dinner time. The refrigerator opening and closing, ingredients being cut on the chopping board. What did that mean? Was she cooking? Keiichi made fun of her quite a lot. Satoko wanted to show you that she can cook proper meals too. Just listening to it like this, there haven't been any sounds of blood spilling or bursting or explosions. At this point at least, she had proven she was a more skillful cook than me. In the cooking showdown with Satoko Hojo versus Keiichi Maibara, it looked like victory had already been decided. I recalled Satoko's slightly annoyed expression from before. I was making fun of Satoko too much today, wasn't I? Is she holding a grudge? We were just provoking each other with our usual back and forth, but I also think I maybe overdid it. At the very least, I shouldn't have made fun of Satoko, who could cook for herself when I never cooked other than for recreation before. Well, cooking is not all about fun and games. It takes practice, you know. 4. Satoko isn't holding very much of a grudge, but she came all the way to my house and pushed her way in. She's gotta be mad. I quietly took a peek into the kitchen. She definitely looked different than the usual bird-brained Satoko. Her eyes were sharp and her movements were brisk, to the point where it was a little scary. Then she must have noticed me because she turned around and shot me an annoyed glare. I cringed in fear and hastily pulled my head back out. She's mad. She's totally mad. How will she take revenge on me? That's just Satoko being serious because she doesn't want to fail. She isn't angry or anything. How can you say she isn't angry? I've never seen Satoko be this frightening. Keiichi-san, I can hear that, you know. Sorry. I jumped at Satoko's angry outburst and faced towards the kitchen. I felt exactly like a kid who had done something bad and gotten called to the teacher's lounge. Where do you keep the miso? The refrigerator's so big that I don't see any of it anywhere. I'm sorry. The miso it's on the middle shelf in the fridge, at the back left of the lower rack. What's this? You need to close the miso package after you finish with it, you know. It's getting the inside of the refrigerator dirty, isn't it? I'm sorry. Before I can look for something to wipe it with, Satoko wiped it off with a wet dish towel. I swear, how are men so bad at cleaning up after themselves? I shudder to think that you'll become an adult like this. I couldn't talk back to Satoko today. The only thing I could do was obediently lower my head and apologize. As Satoko nitpicked and I apologized, a good smell began to fill the kitchen. This is how you prepare the miso for the soup. You scoop a little out with the ladle and break it up with chopsticks. It's important to add a little at a time and keep tasting it. Dumping the entire thing into the pot is absolutely outrageous. I'm sorry. I never paid attention in home ec class. Yeah, oh boy. You never paid attention in home ec class. You're pathetic. I swear to God, men. Grumble, grumble. I cowered at her annoyed sounding muttering. But looking at her like this, she seemed quite good at cooking. It had just been overshadowed by Reina's and Rika-chan's artistic abilities. Satoko's skills were clearly enough to get passing marks. Hey, if you have time to zone out like that, then you can go set the table. Rika and I will be eating too, so set 3 places. On it. I hastily took a 3 people's worth of dishes and such from the cabinets and headed to the dining room. When I returned there, I could hear laughter from a variety show on the television. Rika-chan was sprawled out on the couch, watching television and relaxing. When she noticed me putting the dishes out on the table, she came scampering up. Dinner time is soon. Dinner at Keiichi's house. Nippa. I don't even know what that word is, but okay. Rika-chan, you're in a good mood. That's a pretty big difference from Satoko. Satoko isn't in a bad mood at all. She's enjoying herself more than she has in a long time. Enjoying herself? Seriously? She's like how she was when her Nini was with her. It really has been a long time since I've seen Satoko look like she's having so much fun. Nini? What the heck is Nini? You mean like bro bro? Is that like a translation for brother? Is it a sound cats make? Nini means brother. Satoko's older brother. Satoko's older brother. He's named Satoshi. Haven't you heard his name before? Satoshi. Satoshi Hojo? Maybe I have. Maybe I haven't. At least, he didn't go to our school. Satoshi, huh? This is some very different music. Satoshi, huh? Satoko's older brother. That's the first time I've heard of him. Really? You never heard of him? Oh, wait, no one mentioned that in Watanagashi. I've heard of him. She had a brother, huh? I didn't know that. She does have one. Saying that, Rika-chan grinned even more brightly and went Nippa again. When Satoko was with Satoshi, she always looked like she was having fun, just like this. It really has been a long time since I've seen Satoko enjoying herself this much. However, I looked at it, she seemed to be in a bad mood. But her good friend Rika-chan was saying that it was actually the opposite. Is she really enjoying herself? She must be remembering the time she spent with her Nini. It's nostalgic. Also, by the way, the Nini is another word in Japanese for good night. But anyway, it's nostalgic. Nostalgic? Huh. Then does he live apart from Satoko? Maybe Satoko's older brother Satoshi is actually a lot older than her? He must have gone off on his own and was living by himself far away. Satoko seems like she got along well with this Satoshi person. She did. The two of them got along very well. She spread her arms wide to demonstrate the width of how well they got along. According to Rika-chan, Satoko supported her docile, slightly unreliable older brother through nagging. That was their relationship. I see. That certainly applied to the current situation. We had me, unreliable, unable to cook even a single dish properly, and Satoko, who redid it while scolding me. Could Satoko have been getting a glimpse of her brother, who now lived far away, through me? So she would always nitpick whatever Satoshi did, but she firmly supported him and they got along well. Today she was the one. She suggested we should go to Keiichi's house. She said, "There's no way the unreliable Keiichi-san could possibly make dinner. We need to go make it for him." Then she didn't come here to get revenge, or to get even, or anything like that. She couldn't leave you alone. Even now, Satoko is a proper little sister. I was an only child. I didn't know how it felt to have siblings. Well, lucky you. If you were me, if you were me, and you witnessed some, I don't know, how should I call it? Yeah, if you were me and I pry on the some personal issues when it comes to siblings like that, yeah, that crazy shit. I have a habit of prying at times, but people are like, "No, you pry because you care." I was like, "Really?" Anyway, didn't know how I felt as siblings. Of course, I've never had a little sister like Satoko, but I felt that in this moment I was an older brother, obediently and helplessly being looked after by her, without any teasing or messing around. I'm going to give thanks for her trouble. For her trouble. That's what I honestly thought. Keiichi-san, do you know where on earth the ladle is? Ah, sorry. The ladle should be in the drawer to your right. I ran into the kitchen, got the ladle out of the drawer, and offered it to Satoko. It's all done. Have you put the bowls and things out? Yeah. Everything's A-okay. Then let us have our meal. Rika, it's time for dinner. Me. I heard Rika-chan's effervescent voice coming from the dining room. I think that's how you call that word. Effervescent. Dining room. Satoko turned off the gas flame on the stove and lifted up the pot of miso soup. Could you bring the rice cooker, Keiichi-san? Be careful not to flip it over, alright? Right. I'll be careful. I can carry rice cookers just fine without being warned about it. I thought about replying like that, but I decided not to. No mean words or witty retorts today. Yeah, good boy. Rice with steam billowing from it, and miso soup, as well as a handful of side dishes. On the table was a truly firm, family-oriented dinner. It wasn't weird at all, or extravagant. It was a daily meal, the sort of a housewife would make. It was very nonchalant and brimming with liveliness. Then let us eat. Thank you for the food, or in other words, itakimasu. At Satoko's command, Rika-chan and I both thanked her in a loud voice. I made light of you, Satoko. You've beaten me soundly. Oh ho ho! Do you have a better opinion of me now? I may still not be as good as Rika or Reina-san, but I can cook far better than the helpless Keiichi-san. Yeah, I know better now. After I honestly admitted my defeat, Satoko's expression finally softened and she laughed with her normally loud and cheerful voice. Chomp chomp. Oh, the rice is cooked really well. Though she used the rice cooker, it tasted a little different from the rice my mom made. Maybe she used a different amount of water for it. Even so, I could feel Satoko's personality from the rice, which made it taste better than usual. I did not know. You know what? I never heard of rice cookers have a timer for it. Why timer for breakfast, lunch, dinner? Really? I never heard that shit before. Personality from the rice, which made it taste better than usual. Blah blah blah. The miso soup was a little on the thick side, but it was still delicious. The side dishes, while not exactly flashy, tasted great as well. It was all so appetizing, and I couldn't stop eating. The side dishes are well done too. Satoko, you're not a bad cook at all. I gave my honest impression without a hint of sarcasm. Satoko seemed to have been expecting some, because when I praised her so honestly, she got flustered instead. Ho ho ho, your praise honors me, but it's nothing so grand. The side dishes are just things I bought at the store and heated up. This and this, all I did was open the can. I can only really make rice and miso soup myself. Satoko said, embarrassed, her face a bit flushed. Huh. She's actually a normal expression on her this time. It flushed. There was none of her normal verbal abuse or sarcasm there either. I can't make anything except rice and miso soup, but when you get ready, made side dishes and put them on the table too, it turns into something fairly splendid. My mom uses ready-made side dishes and canned goods too. There's nothing to be so embarrassed about. This is a fantastic dinner. I gave her honest praise. I've never met Satoko's brother, but Satoshi would probably praise her in the same way. Well, I suppose it's enough now that you've come to realize that I can hold my own in the kitchen. Would you like seconds? There's plenty of miso soup still left. Huh? Did that brat just awkwardly change the subject? When I realized my response had been on the mark, it made me a bit happy. When we eat rice like this, it's fun, like we're eating with Satoshi. Rika-chan mentioned Satoko's older brother's name again. Satoko's chopsticks paused and she looked up at the ceiling. How nostalgic. I wonder what he could be doing right now. She had a faraway smile, as if yearning for a friend who had moved away. From how it looked, I got the impression she hadn't seen Satoshi in quite some time. Satoko realized I was giving her a blank stare. Ah, I do apologize. Satoshi is my Nini. No, my older brother. Ah, okay. I see. Nini must have been a nickname only Satoko used for him. Used for him. It was funny to see her hastily deny it. I was rather surprised a person with such few living skills had the ability to run away. Well, I'm sure he'll pack up shop at some point and return out of the blue. So he ran away. There was another story to what Satoko had said so cheerfully. The reason for Satoshi not living with her was a little serious. Everyone had been talking about it in such an upbeat way, so I continued to talk about him. Should I not have broached the subject at all? I hastily took a look at Satoko's face after thinking that, but there was no trace of the gloomy expression I had been worrying about. Well, he's not old enough to be dreaming of living on his own. Nini won't be able to do it for long anyway. He has no endurance. Satoshi may not look like it, but he's a very persevering person. He's a lot more persevering than you think. Rika, you always take Nini's side right away. You're a little too nice to him. Satoko is just too harsh on Nini. You should treat him more kindly when he comes back. Satoko and Rika-chan's views regarding Nini aka Satoshi were parallel to each other, but I could easily tell that both of them really liked him. They were so optimistic too, even though he had run away from them. It was like they were going to see him again next week. I don't know Satoshi, but I remember in the first arc, I'm just unsure of how it's gonna go. Satoko and Rika-chan both like Satoshi even now and waited for him, believing he would surely return. I've never met him, but I know for sure that this Satoshi person was a really good guy. I had thought Satoko would be deeply hurt by her brother running away, but she had already overcome that. She was still being the energetic little sister, always full of vim and vigor, as if to say that her brother could come back anytime he liked. I thought that Satoko didn't think through anything and just frolicked and played practical jokes every day and that was it. But she was really... yeah. Why are you petting my head? I roughly rubbed a hand through Satoko's hair. I misunderstood you, Satoko. I didn't know you were this level-headed. Satoko seemed to think I was making fun of her and tried to bat away my hand. But then she saw that there wasn't even a trace of malice on my face, and obediently granted me her head. Yep, Satoko's level-headed. She sure is. I've been level-headed from the start. I was just playing pranks on you because you always do it on me. Do it to me. There was her usual provocation, but I decided not to buy into it today. You're right. You were just doing it to go along with me. But you really were so level-headed. Good for you. Is that actually a compliment? It kind of seems like you're making fun of me. I'm not trying to make fun of you at all. I'm seriously complimenting you. Because if I was making fun of you, Rika-chan would be petting your head too. That's right. That's right, isn't it? When Rika makes fun of people, she usually pets their head. Meep. These canned sardines are delicious. Rika-chan went Nipa and her smile became even brighter. Her attitude was clear as day, but it was annoyingly cute, so both Satoko and I suddenly burst into laughter. That laughter lightened up the table. The table itself is so dull and simple that I never even thought people could be laughing like this around it. And then, I finally came to realize something really obvious. Dinner is better if you're laughing while you're eating, huh? Of course it is. Laughing makes it taste better. How rude. The food is good because I'm a good cook, obviously. Psh, of course. This harmonious moment, this happy circle, it was completely different than spending time with family, but still somehow nostalgic. Satoko, do you want to see Nini? I didn't say Nini. Call him my brother, please. Wait, you've been saying Nini this, Nini that this whole time. I grinned wryly and decided to just call him brother, like she told me to. Satoko, do you want to see your brother? Rika-chan stopped eating, then looked back and forth between my face and Satoko's. Satoko was smiling. She looked like she was trying to choose her words. Just from that, Satoko conveyed her feelings. Honestly, she wished he would come home right now, but she wasn't that weak. Satoshi should just do what he wanted until he was satisfied. In return, she let him have the scolding of his lifetime. She'd let him have the scolding of his lifetime, wow. And then she'd have dinner with him and lay out his futon for him. Well, of course I want to see him again. It's been almost a year. It's been that long already. Rika-chan smiled thinly, her eyes appearing to look far away. Well, Nini can do what he wants. It would lighten my load if he came back with more muscles and knowing how to do housework, of course. See? You said Nini again. You said it. I did not. Well, what do you mean she didn't? What do you mean she didn't? I mean, look at the freaking. Look at the top left of what I'm reading right now. I did not. Oh, whatever. I would never call ni. What, Nico ni? Nah, I'm not gonna do that shit. Things rapidly returned to the usual lively atmosphere of lunchtime at school, but nothing changed about Satoko's feelings towards her brother. She was living so bravely and so strongly. Hey, Satoshi, your sister's trying so hard to watch the place while you're gone, isn't she? Give it a rest and come back soon, got it? Satoko, it's time to clean up or else we will get sleepy. It was when we were all watching TV while enjoying some tea after dinner. Rika-chan let out a big yawn and then spoke. Satoko and I both then looked at the clock and noticed how late it had gotten. No, perhaps we both realized it already. We just didn't want this warm moment to end. Maybe we didn't want to say anything. Oh, this will not do. I still haven't washed the dishes yet. Don't worry about it. I can do that much at least. You made a great dinner, so I can't let you do the dishes too. Are you sure you'll be alright? When people who are not used to it try and wash them, the soap could make the dishes slip out of their hands, you know. That is agreeable right there. Jeez, she's turned into a perfect nagging little sister. It was charming and awkward. Emotions like that were all mixed up inside me. I gave her a vague, dry smile. Keiichi can at least wash dishes. If you break one and hurt yourself, I'll give you pettings at school tomorrow. How is patting my head after getting cut by the glass even work? It's not gonna help me at all. It's gonna, even though I'm gonna be crying emotionally. Pettings at school tomorrow. Yawn. Oh my god, you're making me tired too. Rika-chan yawned again, so wide you could see her molars. Is it really alright? Keiichi-san is pretty unreliable despite how he looks. Give me a break. Looks like Keiichi's approval ratings have plummeted in Satoko's mind. Don't worry. I'll clean those dishes up no problem. So don't worry about it and go home. Actually, at this hour, I can't let you two go home by yourselves. I'll take you there. Let me find a key for my bike. Once you've taken us home, Keiichi-san will be the one going home by himself. You'll be in big trouble if you get lost on the roads at night and end up in Takatsudo. There's no houses or lights out there at all. I was trying to worry about them going home, but I didn't think they'd be worried about me getting lost. Am I really that unreliable? She really is being critical, but yeah, well, that's the whole point. But yeah, this feeling I have is not bad. It's not bad at all. Well, dang, I'm just gonna stop there. Alright, so I'm just gonna be ending this here for now. So next part, well, we'll continue on more of this. So like, comment, and subscribe, and see you guys later. Have a good day.